Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Football Manager 2017. We are playing as Ayr United, and today we meet up against St. Mirren Football Club at home for us. Now, we are on a 2-game winning streak. Do you call it a streak when you're on 2 games of win? But hey, we are. We're currently 2-1 in the Ladbrokes Championship, and we are going to be playing at home. Now, if we won 2 games away, and now we're playing at home, it probably means we're about to lose, but we'll see what we can do. Now, I did spend a lot of time in between episodes here looking for a player because there was some excellent comments in the last episode, and I closed that tab, so I can't credit people correctly, but a couple of little comments here and there that I did think influenced my strategy here going forward. In particular, it was mentioned that it would be probably a good idea to have a dedicated defender in the midfield to help to protect the back line a little bit, especially if we're playing with more aggressive fullbacks or wing backs. And also some people encouraging a lot more aggression on the wing backs or fullbacks because crossing is still very powerful in Football Manager. Although the engine has been tweaked a little bit in FM17 from the past, but crossing is still a pretty powerful thing. So with that in mind, I think at the end of the last episode, I maybe had offered someone a contract. I can't remember their names. If I recall correctly, it's quite a long name with maybe a couple of Zs or something in there. If that was even done during the video, I don't remember. But I actually turned down when they came back and said, yeah, I'm ready to join. I said, you know what? I changed my mind. And instead, I picked up Andy Geoghegan over here. Now, Andy is not a super all-star player, although I will say this. He has been playing football for quite a long time and has never gotten fewer than 25 games. In fact, he usually averages well over 30 games in a season. Most recently, he was playing for Dunfermline over here, but he has actually played for Ayr back in the 2011 series. You can see here again, he got 34 games played, scored 3 goals. As a midfielder is fantastic. And more importantly, while again, his stats aren't stupendous, he is very comfortable playing as a ball-winning midfielder. Ball-winning midfielder is sort of like a more defensive version even than a defensive central midfielder. Tends to be fairly static, doesn't leave his position very often. He's just ready to stop people who counterattack. He also tackles, he closes down more and tackles harder than the average. Now, we can see that actually his tackling and marking aren't actually quite that stupendous, but he's got a good amount of aggression and bravery, and that will go a really, really long way. His positioning is not even that great, but the idea is he's not stupendous, but he's very comfortable playing a position that it does feel like we need. So Andy Geoghegan's going to be playing here in the central midfielder position as a ball-winning midfielder. And you can see, I think I can get rid of that. That was an instruction left over from someone else, I think. So dribble less. Fewer risky passes, which is interesting, so he just looks for safer passes. But overall, hold position, close down much more, and tackle harder. So we're going to be using from that. It opens up the having Crane be very aggressive on the wing back over here. He's got good crossing, good for our team, and hopefully that will develop into something relatively good. And Carney on the opposite wing is also going to be a little bit more attacky, which means that Ralston can stay in his more supporty role. So we've got this sort of like offset, a couple of different angles that we can attack from. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. I think I'm going to keep the counter mentality in here. Because we're playing a home game, I'm tempted to go a little bit more, just maybe standard mentality. But I think now that especially that we've removed the short passing game sort of like passing style, I think, which we're still awkward on our mixed passing style, but I think the counterattack's going to work out relatively well for us. We'll see how it goes. And other than that, I think I'm good on this comp. Still like our front line. And, so in the midfielder, we don't have anyone above 3 stars, but they feel pretty comfortable in their roles. We also have 2 really good midfielder subs, very decent subs, actually. Jamie Adams and Robbie Crawford are both really good there. We've got some good subs for the front end, especially Alan Forrest is replacing Harkins if we need a sub there. Alan Forrest doesn't play as the Onganch role, but he does play another attacking midfielder very well. And our back line, we've got a couple of subs, maybe a little weaker back there, but I don't think it's going to be quite as required. So I'm excited about this. It'll be interesting to see how our game against St. Mirren goes. I suspect that first of all, I suspect we won't have any more transfers. Actually, I should take a look at the finances. Yeah, I was going to say, we have a bit of transfer budget left over, but our actual wage budget is sort of hitting that danger zone, especially depending on bonuses for clean sheets and whatnot. So I'm just going to tell the board, listen, I'm not going to transfer anyone else. Just, assign everything to the wage budget, and then they won't complain about me going over budget at that point, or at least they shouldn't. So that's hopefully going to be okay. So we'll go forward with that. St. Mirren. Oh, Michael Wardrop is feeling okay, but we're not going to be playing him yet. That's fine. He's still he's just on the backup, not even as a substitute. So we're going to face St. Mirren, who apparently like to play with a 4-4-2 comp. So we're going to go with this, counter flexible. No specific team instructions at this time. I'm good with that. There's no one over here that's supposed to be playing. Craig McGuffey, I would like him to get a little bit more something going on. But I think Kevin Nisbeth was the stronger alternate for the front. Yeah, well, I mean, not by much, but if I recall correctly, not in terms of star rating, but I think his actual numbers look a little bit better. We'll see how it goes over here. Anyway, submit team. Yeah, let's do it. And yes, we'll have to give a number to Andy Geoghegan over here. He's going to be number 27. We'll try to keep an eye on him. Now, with his aggression, the fact that he's aggressive and brave, but doesn't have, like, the highest tackling skill, I would not be surprised if he drew a fair number of fouls. Now, hopefully he doesn't get carded and kicked out of the game, certainly. But if he's drawing fouls, it's not the end of the world because it will be in the midfield. So he's not going to be opening up a very, very dangerous free kick or even a penalty or anything like that, because if he does foul, it should be outside of the box down here for whatever that name is. So yeah, 4-4-2 kind of comp. All right, go to the team instructions. What do you suggest? Tight marking. Tight marking Stephen Mallon as well. Interesting. Stephen, he's actually not that fast, so he's actually not that hard to mark. I wonder if it's worth doing. What else do you got going on? You got the long shots. And the dribbling, maybe being in your face is actually a pretty good idea. Let's go ahead and continue the team talk. I'm going to be passionate and say, listen, I want you to keep our run going and win this match. Ooh, we got some stress there. That's no good. We'll go ahead and do the passionate, I have faith in you, as we typically do. There we go, looking happy. Excellent. Countered that. Who's that? Magat? Excellent. So people are looking happy. Morale is actually pretty good overall. Of course, we have just won twice in a row. If we can win a third one, that's going to be looking really, really good for us. They do start in possession over there. We'll be wearing the white kit today. Morgan going wide, but he's well pinned in. Let's take a look. How do we feel about the structure over here? Really good. I mean, there's a possibility that, the ball gets crossed over here and they can take a shot, but it's not like we're failing to cover things. It's going to be a throw-in for them. At least it's not a corner or anything like that. And again, our positioning feels pretty good, and we've got a slightly more defensively minded stratagem with the counter stuff. It's not overwhelmingly defensive, but oh my god, that save. This Hardy guy almost got it in there. We were right on top of him. He just basically one-timed it. So I think the fact that we were right on top of it forced him to shoot a little bit faster, which meant he was shooting mostly directly at the goalkeeper. But that was terrifying. Now we're on the offense. There's Geoghegan, ball-winning midfielder. Still, I think he's got the dribble less a thing, so he's not going to... He can still dribble. All these things are just like weights to the decision. He actually took a long shot from over there. What's your stat? That's kind of interesting. Again, this position in the middle used to have the explicit, shoot less. What's your long shot? Actually, you know what, at a 12? I'm not going to say no. If that's really the only position that you can find, I'm going to say that no. Hey, player trait, gets forward whenever possible. I think I would like to untrain that, actually. Okay, we don't get any training advice. We're going to take a look at seeing if we can untrain that later on, because I don't want you to get that far forward. Although, again, you're not terrible at necessarily the shooting. I mean, it's not like you weren't on target there, so, kudos to that. All right, really interested to see exactly how he performs. Jamie Naismith is getting too much space for his crosses. So, actually, we have no information about his crossing stuff whatsoever. And too many of these team instructions tends to pull people out of position too much. I'm gonna hold off for now. We're only 11 minutes into the game. Geoghegan holding onto the ball quite a bit, but finds a nice pass there. Over to Thomas, but he's not really going to be able to do anything. Back to Doherty, who's got a lot of passing options. Going over to Kearney, who might shoot it wide, or scooch it up to Harkins, who brings it over to Moore, but he can't find the shot. But we've got good stuff going on in the middle here. Lots of moving back and forth to find an opening. They've got our strikers really well covered, unfortunately. So we might be forced to do another long bomb. Looks like Harkins may have tried it there, unless that was like just sort of passing the space kind of move. But Balatoni's got, does draw a foul there. That's unfortunate. That's going to be a semi-dangerous free kick. Still from relatively far away, and at least it's not a penalty. But that has me a little concerned. Looks like I'm going to be fine. Speaking of free kicks, I need to make sure that my corners are adjusted over here, which I need to adjust further, but if we're on the tack, I want you to be in there. And on the other side, I want you to be in there. Excellent. Confirm change. Just like crowd the box. All right, so they've still got possession, to the upset of my fans. We do have slightly over percentage stats overall. Crane with a nice tackle there, but he's not able to get up in time to retain control. But it might have hurt their tempo a bit, and it looks like we did intercept the ball there, and then we go into here. If I was on like the full match, we would have seen exactly what happened. Another free kick over there. Gets bounded out, but they still have possession, and I do not like this. Stewart, who's got a nice angle to Hardy. Oh, Doohan is there in time. Wasn't a very fast ball, but it would have been just inside the post. I think that would have been a goal if Doohan had not gotten there in time. Tight match so far, 0-0. Crane draws a yellow card. Is that the first yellow of the match? It is. We're tied on fouls, though. Oh, Thomas offside, which is a little too bad. That's okay. So Crane, I'm trying to remember the position. Crane's down here. He's been drawing probably all the fouls. I wonder if I should tell him to chill out. Again, you're saying, we should do something with him. Maybe. Naismith is where? Over here, far right. Yeah, we'll go ahead and start closing him down then. If the game's convinced he's getting way too much time to figure out his crosses. Crane with maybe a good cross there to Thomas. The goalkeeper just stands there. He doesn't even know that this is about to happen. What a brilliant play. Crane is being told. He is our attacking wingback. So his goal, I mean, this was just from a throw-in, but what he really does try to do when he's got the ball, he really does move it quite far forward for the cross. Although here it looks like the time was mostly determined by how well he could grab the ball. People trying to get in position. Great cross from there. We've actually got multiple people who are in a good position to handle this, but it is going to be Thomas over here who just tucks it in. I think the goalkeeper thought it was going to go further into the middle there. Just completely out of position. Easy knock-in for Thomas. Brilliant move by Tony Ralston. Moving forward. Let's pull a yellow card here. So what do we have? 38 minutes in. We've pulled 2 yellows. Fouls are even. But, we do have somewhat poor tackling, and I think that's part of it, right? We're much more likely to draw a foul because, oh my god. Oh, gets knocked away, but that's going to be a throw-in for us. Holy cow. Their goalkeeper's, continuously out of position here. It's kind of nuts. Crosses, headers, yada, yada, yada. Offside, so they're going to have a throw-in over here. Morgan's being tightly covered, but maybe too tightly covered. He just tries to long shot straight to Doohan. No problem getting her hands on that. Really, really well done overall. And keep an eye on Gegan on defense. But, that's a bit unfortunate, giving the possession away again. That's Crane. He's going to try to wrestle it away. He's already got a yellow card, though. So he's probably being a lot more cautious with his tackles, which is a bit unfortunate. Might be a good candidate for us to replace early in the second half, even if he's not quite exhausted. We'll have to see how it goes. Magat, oh no! No, Doohan in position. Magat does block, but fails to grab position. Might have just been like a chest stopper. Mullen with a big corner here. He's going back for a lot of space, but goes right to us. But right back into the enemy position. So just headed away, but to someone. Okay, I'm so happy to come up with that little screen there to show that it was done. So that was the first half. Yeah, I'm gonna be passionate about it, I suppose. Played well so far, but still room for improvement. Okay, good. Sometimes that, breaks the morale a bit, but usually it helps to avoid a little bit of complacency. Doohan was looking a bit nervous. Yeah, he's had to make a lot of great saves over there, but I don't think I'm going to overdo the talking. I don't think I need to tweak the instructions. I could tell people to, stay on their feet a bit more, tackle a little bit less hard, but I think that would be kind of a mistake. So Craig Moore is only coming in with a 6.4 performance. Now, it could just be that he, just the ball hasn't been being passed to him. He hasn't had the opportunities, right? It could be circumstances as a result of other things, but that's interesting to consider. And just no one's worn out. Everyone's still over 80%. That's really good. We're playing a home game, so people are more likely to have a bit more sort of passion and excitement thanks to the support of the fans. So that's going to be good, but we will be keeping an eye on there. It's only a 1-0 game. It's far, far, far from determined. Things can change incredibly quick. Within 5 minutes, it can be 2-1 for the other side. Oh, big cross there, but no one quite in position for that. Accuracy of the cross itself was maybe questionable, but that's, that was a good attempt. Is that Kearney again with like a giant long bomb? If I recall, he's got a good long shot potential, which is why I haven't told him to stop doing that, but finding too much space with his crosses. But, I mean, again, I'm leery to, like, give too many instructions. That's Hardy over here. You know what? We've already got you tightly marked. I want to avoid pulling too many people way, way out of position to respond to this stuff, but I don't know. Gagan moves it forward. Thomas, who, I don't know what he was trying to do there, but it was not good, and the whole thing led to a bunch of fumbling, which I do not like. Okay, we're set. Wow, time really flew by here. We're going to plan some substitutions. Craig Moore, I'm going to replace you with Kevin Nisbeth, who's not as strong. Well, especially in this role, he might have a stronger role. No, we're going to keep you as defensive forward. That's going to be fine. How about in the middle? And energy level's okay. Paul Kearney's the one who's a little bit lower, so maybe we'll bring in Robbie Crawford. That's going to be okay. And then, do I want to say, there's 20 minutes left, but I'm tempted to replace one of my defenders with the yellow card. Kalen's down to 73%, which isn't great. I'm going to bring in Patty Boyle over here. So we're going to have fresher legs and someone without a yellow. So it is a triple sub with, 18 minutes left. Hopefully no more injuries, but I think that's going to be a relatively good idea, assuming this doesn't result in something. Oh, excellent. Gagan playing his role very well, stealing the ball away. Moore sends it over. Okay, good. We've got control. Everyone just got to chill out a little bit. Wide to Crane. Back to Harkins. Yeah, if you guys... Oh, and then Crane is in a good position for the cross. No. Now, there was a bit of a tough angle there with Naismith being in his way. He held on a little too long, wasn't able to get the angle. But we did get a corner out of it. And you can see here, Nisbeth moving forward. Nothing, but Gagan is going to be able to hold on to that ball. And he's got lots of places, lots of space to pass it around. I don't have, like, time killing on right now. Oh, what the heck was that? That was kind of a failed backwards pass. Luckily, we did have control over it. Okay. So we got all our subs in. I'm not going to change the instructions overall. 10 minutes left to go. I mean, we could go more defensive. That's a yellow card for the other side. We could go more defensive. We could go more offensive. I could change it to encourage them to walk the ball more forward, but we haven't gotten that many shots anyway. I don't want to just start shooting. I think we're good. Again, we have a slightly, defensive mentality over here. What I could consider doing is something like, listen, Boyle, why don't you go to a more supporty role, a little bit less offensive than before. Yeah, I'll keep you as a wing back, but you're going to go support as opposed to attack. Means you won't go quite as far forward with your for your crosses. Oh, free kick for us. Oh, well targeted, but Langfield is able to tip it over. But that's going to be another corner for us. Keep up the pressure. We got 8 minutes to kill. I won't complain about a 1-0, although the 2-0 will be even safer and, of course, give us that goal differential, which is important for our league placement. Doherty, does not get to the ball first, but that's okay because it actually just gets tackled out, basically. And a throw-in for us. We still have control. Still have control with the corner from the other side. Magat to Thomas, who's going to try a long bomb, or maybe a pass. I don't know if that's going to be yet another throw-in for us. We are keeping up the pressure. They may have changed to a much more defensive mentality over here, giving us more room to play the ball. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. All right, hold it. There we go. 1 minute left. No call for extra time yet, which is kind of interesting. Are we really just going to play to the solid 90 minutes? Maybe there hasn't been that many injuries or that fouls in the second half. Well, there's a good number of fouls overall. Over to Nisbet, who's looking for an opening. Back to Geegan, who's always going to be kind of there, which is nice. Harkins Thomas, long shot. Oh, my God. With 30 seconds left in regulation, Thomas drops a long bomb into the net. Back far corner. Guys, I think we've got something that works here. I think we've got something that's working very well here. Thomas, boom, back of the net. Just glorious, wonderful work. Jesus. 1 minute extra time, but that's it. That's it. We have 5 seconds left. We're still in possession of the ball. It's only 52-48, but it feels like our possession has been quality offensive possession the entire time. Exactly what we're looking to do. Fantastic, people. I am going to be, well done. That was a good win for us. Everyone's looking delighted. Morale should be okay overall. Craig Moore is not looking good over. I mean, he didn't play that well as part of it. Maybe I can give him a little something. I'll be like, you let yourself down and you deserve to come off. Maybe we can rev him up. Yeah, look fired up. Excellent. Excellent. Do better next time, Craig Moore. So we got 2 bookings. Jamie Thomas with both goals. 34 minutes, 90 minutes was just like icing. Or not even the icing. That was the cherry on top of the sundae, right at the top. Although I don't like cherries, so maybe that's a bad bad comparison. And I'm sorry, did I read that right? We are in the number 1 spot in the Ladsbrook Championship. Number 1 spot. We have been afraid of hitting automatic relegation. Instead, we are in the number 1 spot in our league. Now, it's very early. We've only played 4 games overall out of, I think we're going to do like, I don't know. It's not the biggest league with that many teams. I think it's somewhere around 20. Probably a little bit more than that. But I would be surprised if there's more than 30. I wonder if there's a way to tell at a glance. I don't know. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, okay. Call it about 30-ish overall. There's probably somewhere that you can tell. I wonder if there's like something in the league. The rules. 36 games. There we go. Teams must play each other 4 times. All right. So 36 games overall. So we've only played a tiny little fraction of it. But this is really good because it sets our morale to be quite high for future games, which is really, really important. Yeah, Thomas on form for air. I guess so. I could praise him, but praising performances tends to be quite bad. That's Thomas who's on loan. God damn. He is on loan, although for a long time. That's right. This was one of our longer loans. I loaned him for like 3 years, and I don't think they can change their mind. So Burnley, English Premier Division. He's only 19 years old, which means there's a chance he's going to develop while he's playing for us. But he's also cheap. Again, not someone we're going to be able to use for like forever. But holy crap, what's going on here? Oh, yes, we're going into a cup match. These 2 loaners played for another team that was in that cup and therefore aren't going to be available for our next match. But that's okay. Dugan's, quite good as a goalkeeper, but it's not like Greg Fleming is bad. And Ralston he's okay. I'm happy to have him on our team. Add some depth, especially on the right. Like, we didn't take him because he was necessarily a superstar on the right defender position, but we had 0 depth. We only had Nicky Devlin. And he's slightly better than that, and this way gives us a backup. So the fact that both of those are missing, we're not missing any of our stars, which would be okay. It would be devastating if Thomas or Moore or both weren't available to the cup, but I think we had both of these guys like earlier on. Craig Moore, and potentially Thomas. I know we started with Craig Moore. I don't know if we started with Thomas or if I picked him up or not. I'm just not sure about that, but oh my God, I am thrilled with how that went. Absolutely stoked. Really exciting game. Although, here, I'm going to let you in on a little spoiler. That's actually not the first time I played this match. Yeah, I actually played this match once already, and the recording screwed up. My hard drive got full and ate the recording. And let me tell you something, honestly, as fun as this match was, the other one was insane. We literally, after the first half, we were down 2-0. 2-0 we were down after the first match. And I hit, I was like, oh my God, that really sucks. And then, boom, 3 goals in a row. 1 for Thomas, 2 for Moore, ending the game 3-2, right at the end. It was 2-2, I think we were the 85th minute when we pulled ahead 3-2. It was incredible, it was exciting, and I'm really sorry that you guys missed out on the fun there. It was a brilliant game. It would have been one of my favorites overall. And then I checked the recording, and it was DOA. And that's really, really demoralizing. I'm happy we still pulled off a win. I would have been really pissed if I won the game where the recording died and lost this one here. Oh man, I would have been upset. But there we go. We still booked the win, actually, with a slightly better goal differential overall, with a 2-0 instead of a 3-2. But I gotta say, that other one would have been just a hell of a lot more fun to watch. A hell of a lot more fun. Anyway, next game we've got is going to be in the Challenge Cup 3rd round, and I believe we're actually expected to at least reach the 4th round. So we really do need to win the next one. But this is an under-20s group over here, which hopefully means they're not turbo strong. Scottish under-20s group 1. Yeah, it should be a win for us, but we've seen weird things happen. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.